look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to be discussing with you in this reaction video, I'm going to be talking about the infamous P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. You know the guy. You know the guy that in every song he loves to say, I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Yeah, well, they stopped his ass abruptly, and we're going to get into the details of it. So none of this is going to be made up. None of this is going to be fictional. We're going to discuss the proof and the evidence that this man was every bit of everything that they was claiming him to be. And I got something to say about it as well. But let me go ahead and get into the facts. First, we're going to cover all of the weaponry, that they discovered upon this investigation of Mr. Bad Boy for Life. Now the bad boy's about to get life. Now let's get it.
As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well that we recovered 3 AR-15s. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well that we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there.
Now, Diddy had a whole bunch of bang bangs, boom booms, and pew pew. He had a lot of that going on. Now, this was no regular hip hop producer. You know, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's kind of messed up because for those of you who too young to remember, P. Diddy and Bad Boy Records is really a big chunk of hip hop culture. He really is, man. You had the Tupac, you had all this stuff, but he really is. But in a way, I'm kind of glad that this is happening because when Tupac Shakur was ended, when he got when he was deleted, it said like that, there was a lot of rumors that was leading back to P. Diddy. And now with the arrest of Keefe D, who supposedly had an involvement in when it came to deleting Mr. Tupac Shakur, he blamed a lot of it on P. Diddy for trying to pay him over $1 million, or did pay him over $1 million to delete Mr. Shakur. So I'm glad over 20-something years that 20 years later, that there's been an arrest in regards to Mr. Shakur being, deleted. And if Diddy did all this stuff, and from what it looked like he did, he need to go. He need to go, man.
Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Damn.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4-HSI-TIP.
When they say that the investigation is ongoing, that means you ain't getting away, man. He got Homeland Security on you, and you also got the feds. I think the feds got over a 90% conviction rate. Now, you remember when they raided his place with Homeland Security and took all those tapes and everything? They got pictures. They got videos. I'm going to prove it in a minute. They got pictures and videos of everything that was going on. So these things that was alleged was actually factual. So, man, but let me put it to you just like this, Jack, and I want y'all to understand. The police didn't take down P. Diddy. The DA didn't take down P. Diddy. The victims didn't take down P. Diddy. You know who took down P. Diddy? A modern woman by the name of Cassie, who didn't get the money she wanted. Now, let this be a lesson. Mike Tyson went down because of a woman. And I love Mike Tyson. Tupac Shakur got in trouble behind a woman. And I love old Tupac Shakur. Adam went down because of Eve. David went down because of Bathsheba. Samson went down because of Delilah. Now, why I'm saying this? Because I want you to understand that no matter how powerful you become in life, and no matter how much money you get in life, your kryptonite will be a woman as soon as you put her on a pedestal. As soon as you become legally married and don't get no asset protection trust, which is stronger than a prenuptial agreement, they can take you down. And even if you did get an asset protection trust, these hoes will write a book about you and make money and expose you and damage your career and mess up all of your dealings with the people you do business with. So what I'm saying is, gentlemen, stay away from the modern woman. You might need to go get your passport or find a woman that's over here from another country whose family and culture still believe in traditionalism, because these women today have no issue bringing down a multi-million-dollar empire, which he deserved that. But he's not the only one who was taken down. You get what I'm saying? Now he's in fear of his life, because imagine all the people that was affiliated with P.Diddy, that was going to these freak-off parties, that were doing all the wrong things, committing crimes. Imagine how they feel right now. They probably shaking because they think he gonna flip and turn state's evidence and indicate and implement them. They're probably gonna try to take this boy out. Let's go.
I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SDNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work.
Now, all he doing is thinking all the people, they're going to put his black ass in jail. That's all he's going to do. Now, let me show you a lady who was in the courtroom, and she going to tell you what she saw and what she believes. Today, I'm going to give you some Stephen Smith. You know how Stephen Smith is when he talk about stuff. He going to make some valid points, though. Going to bring up Suge Knight and everything. So we're going to talk about that after I play this later right here. Hold on one second, y'all, as I get to it. Hope y'all doing good this morning, man. I'm doing all right myself, fine. I know, regardless of what's going on in my life right now, I'm doing hella better than P. Diddy right now. I mean, I don't want none of all the problems I got. I'm thankful for it right now because I don't want none of his problems. You dig what I'm saying? All right, here she is. Let's go ahead and play it. I thought I told you that. We won't stop.
I just got out of federal court for the Diddy case, and it is not looking good for the media mogul. Today in court, a Manhattan judge denied bail, pointing to the obvious power imbalances that are at play here, saying that it might lead to potential witnesses feeling intimidated. Okay, so at the center of the prosecution's case, as laid out in that 14-page indictment, are these freak-offs that, according to the indictment, were these elaborately produced sexual performances that were arranged, directed, masturbated to, and recorded by Combs. Indictment also
God dang, they even got videotapes of him jacking and jerking it, baby, to these tapes. Now, think about what I just said and think about what they discovered. The picture of the multi-millionaire, you know, the one who threw all these parties, everybody in Hollywood knows. They got him on camera working and jerking that chicken lizard. That's crazy, baby.
Also details that ahead of these freak-offs, his staff would set up hotel rooms with extra sheets, baby oil, lubricants. During the raid of his homes, part of the evidence recovered were 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Now, according to the—
Whoa, hold up. They found out that this man had over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and 1,000 bottles of lubricant. That's a whole lot of eating booty, and that's a whole lot of just getting booty. P. Diddy was going in everywhere. He went in, you know what they said? They went to Meek Mill butthole. He was going in on people butthole. This is what we don't stop. We don't stop. He said he gonna put it in. He ain't gonna stop. That's what it was, man. 1,000 bottles of lubricant, man. That's one nasty mother. Ooh, you dig what I'm saying?
Indictment, these drug-fueled sex-offs would last days, with Combs and his victims needing IV drips because of the physical exertion and because of the drug use. They claim that shortly after that incident, where Diddy is seen on surveillance video assaulting Cassie at an Intercontinental Hotel back in 2016, that he went and bribed security to make sure he got that footage. To further make the case that he has a history of obstructing justice and intimidating witnesses, they talk about the Don Richard lawsuit. That lawsuit was filed on September 10th. 4 days later, on September 14th, Kalina Harper Harper, who was also in Dirty Money with Dawn, came out and said, whatever was detailed in that lawsuit isn't my personal experience. Now, why is this important? Because prosecutors say that in those 4 days between the lawsuit and her statement, Diddy called her 128 times and texted her 58 times, and then after her statement, hasn't contacted her since. Now let's talk about what the defense laid out to convince the judge to grant him bail. They say that there was no trafficking, there was no coercion, that this was a loving relationship between two consensual adults that lasted a decade.
Now check it out, man. Before I go any further, she said that those people at the end of these freak off events that lasted for days, they needed IV drips. Can you imagine eating so much booty that you need to get rehydrated because you just dehydrated from it? And also, let me throw in there, too. You remember the rapper Shine? Some of you may not remember them. But Shine went to jail, went to prison, okay, behind P.Diddy. Now, P.Diddy said he didn't do it, but this woman got, someone pulled out that click-clack and busted her in the face with it, right? And she said she know who did it because she saw the person pull that little trigger. And she said it was P.Diddy, Mr. Combs. And they know what they did. She said that they paid the people that worked there, changed things around, and put the blame on Shine, which is now, I think he's a politician now. But he used to rap, back in the day, try to rap like Biggie Smalls or whatnot, to be honest with you. But, yeah, P. Diddy been ducking, man. P. Diddy is like a mafia boss, man. He was. But the thing with him, if you ever watched The Godfather, he was the Sonny. He wasn't the Michael Corleone. He was the one, or the Zaza. He was the one who wanted to be seen. He wanted everybody to notice him when he really should have shut the hell up and stayed in the background. That's what he should have did if he gonna do some stuff. You watch every mafia movie, you see how these things turn out for these dudes who got to be in the spotlight, who always got to make a lot of noise and scream at the top of their lungs. You get what I'm saying? This is what's happening to him. This is his fault though. But man, he was almost worth about $1 billion. $1 billion. You gonna throw it away? $1 billion, man. Crazy, man. Now let me put on Mr. Steven. I know y'all want to see that. You know how he talks and stuff. He talk kind of crazy, a little reckless sometimes, but I like it. I'm here for all that. What y'all think about that, man? Are y'all gonna let P. Diddy? Are y'all gonna give P. Diddy some money for his GoFundMe? I mean, what you gonna do about it? All right, let's get it.
He's in a world of trouble, and I hate to bring up his name, but it is apropos in this particular situation. Remember what Suge Knight said? Y'all remember that? When Suge Knight said he was in a world of trouble? Because Suge Knight said, listen, he knows a lot. And so looking at a potential situation where it could arguably mirror that of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
Remember him? August 10th, 2019. Prison guards found, I'm reading right from online, guards found American financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein unresponsive in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City, where he was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Tried to perform CPR, couldn't resuscitate him, pronounced dead at a downtown hospital at 6:39 a.m. What it went on to say in the reports that there were violations because normal jail procedures on the night of Epstein's death wasn't followed. It talked about a malfunction of 2 cameras in front of his cell. And you got people still to this very day with their conspiracy theories being thrown out there that it wasn't suicide, but ultimately intentional harm was brought to him because he knew too much about too many people. That's what Suge Knight alluded to when he was talking about P. Diddy.
Now, if you don't know who, I gotta say this because a lot of youngsters watch the show. Suge Knight was a big time producer, but he was a straight gangster type of brother. He's locked up right now for trying to run over somebody, if I'm correct. Suge and Diddy had beef back in the years, right? But what Suge said is right with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein knew a lot of powerful people, politicians. Same thing with P. Diddy. You know the type of people that came to P. Diddy parties? It wasn't just rappers. You know what it was? It was princes, queens, real royalty from different countries and stuff. Politicians, doctors, lawyers, movers and shakers, people in the industry, people that's not in the music industry. Oil people who make billions of dollars of oil. If these type of people was in those type of parties where there's a whole lot of wrongdoing going on, don't you think they might be worried right now? And don't you think they may try to do something to Combs? Because they ain't just out there in Combs now. They ain't just out to P. Diddy. This is too much work for one black man. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's somebody else they trying to get. He's the connection. He's the plug to the ones that they really want. I'm telling you that right now. Because there's been a lot of people that have been accused of doing the things that he has done, Jeffrey Epstein included. And it took a long time to get Jeffrey. Old Jeff took a long time to get old Jeff. Well, with Diddy, maybe because he black, it seemed like Monday they said he did it, And by Monday evening, they got his ass. You see what I'm saying? So I think there's a little bit more to it than what we see.
And as we sit here today, who the hell can deny that potential reality? Do we know? No. We don't know. But what we do know is that these are federal charges. What we do know is that his attorney has been on the record saying that he flew to New York as recently as a couple of weeks ago because they knew this was coming down the pike. And he wanted to show compliance and that he wasn't running from anything. And he's expected to plead not guilty. And he turned himself in, and months earlier he had turned his passports in, and family members had also turned their passports in. But let's lay this out, because we need to understand that we need to gather a level of education in our own brains to edify ourselves to the kind of trouble you can get yourself in sometimes. Him, obviously so. Clearly, you can sit up there and say you're innocent until proven guilty. Nah, that's in the court of law. In the court of public opinion, he's already been found guilty. Can we just be real about that? In the court of public opinion, not law. In the court of public opinion, ain't a damn soul think he's innocent. I'm not denigrating or castigating the brother, whatever. I met him at a Golden State Warriors game. One time I went to a party and it was supposed to be his party. I never saw nothing like that. But without mentioning any names, without incriminating anybody, you see the names? Do you see the people who have befriended him over the years, who have attended his parties, who are considered close to him, who he's been in business with? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I mean, this has gotten very, very scary. Hollywood's in trouble. Hip-hop and R&B is in trouble. But the brother's an elite success story. Had a lot of friends, had a lot of people vouch, or once upon a time vouched for him, in terms of his brilliance as an artist, or producer rather. Brother knew how to make money, and now here we are. When you're in that position, and you know so much, I got news for you. It's gotten very, very scary. If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's going to be affected.
Bingo.
That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him.
Right.
They coming for a whole bunch of people.
That's what I said, and that's what I believe, man. I really believe that. I think they're trying to get somebody else, too. Now, keep in mind, one of the people that stayed in his party shaking this thing was Jay-Z. But I think Jay-Z, even though he's a cold-hearted mother, I think he got more intelligence not to really just get caught up in that, because I think anybody in the streets realize when you make a lot of noise like that and you got to be seen like that and you got to deal with people who are like that, you know what I mean, just to keep your business going, if it's street business or whatever it is like that, that you don't need to get too close to them, that you don't need to be, you know, in a situation. But hey, I don't know. I don't think he probably participated, but it could be. But I think Beyonce did. I think they were talking about Beyonce. I'm sorry, all y'all who love Beyonce in the Bayhive, whatever that crazy stuff called. They said, well, I'm going to tell you like this. Down in H-Town, we know what Houston was. I mean, what she was before she blew up. I don't know personally. I'm just talking about the rumors. But there's tapes floating around her and Megan Thee Stallion, if you catch my drift. In the H, baby. But anyway, it is what it is, man. So what do y'all think, man? Do you think that he actually gonna stop, even though he said we ain't gonna stop? Yeah, he been saying that for a long time now. You know, bad boy for life. What you gonna do about that now? In French Montana, he can't rap either. Anyway, I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. Y'all take it easy now. You hear? I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.